Often, a person creates their own problems and then resolves them themselves. This happens in most cases. If you believe this doesn't apply to you, take a moment to reflect. For example, consider the issue of excess weight. You look in the mirror and realize that something needs to change, or you'll have to live with the problem. You start losing weight, engaging in sports, and voila, the problem is solved. This is a clear and simple example. There are many more, but we may not notice them because we've become accustomed to them. I believe that each of us is capable of overcoming all of life's difficulties. Let's examine them in more detail. From childhood, we are taught to divide life into two parts, good and bad. If you get an A at school, that's good. If you get a B, that's already considered bad. With this approach, a judgmental opinion is formed. In adult life, we continue to categorize everything as either good or bad. In the process of such thinking, we forget about reality because we are more concerned about what others and close people will say. In the pursuit of people's approval, you can miss the most important thing in life: time. While you try to please someone, time slips away without delay. You can't get it back, and you can't buy it either. Life is given to live it the way you like. Your soul should flourish, and your heart should flutter with each exciting moment. At the same time, your mind should always be at peace and calm. Naturally, it's easier to write about all this than to put it into practice. Furthermore, when you read about it, everything seems so simple and clear. But in reality, it's quite different. It's not clear where to start, where to see the first signs of progress, or how to know if you're moving in the right direction. These questions arise for the same reason, due to judgmental opinions. You can't do things well or poorly, you simply do them. The rest depends on your acceptance. Moreover, you always have an independent choice, which only you can make. Problems and unforeseen circumstances can paralyze us, making us afraid to make the same mistakes again. However, standing still is not the solution. It can even make things worse. Inaction is always much worse than any action. That's why you should never stop and give up. Being in a great mood and having a fighting spirit all the time is challenging, isn't it? Sooner or later, you'll need what's called a reboot, a time to rest. And by no means should you demean yourself for temporary emotional downturns. Set aside time for yourself and allow your energy to replenish your body and soul. Once this happens, you'll be ready to conquer new heights. Speaking of life's problems, it's important to focus on how you accept them. How can you carry them more quickly, easily, and simply? There's no secret or hidden ingredient here. It's all right on the surface. The scale of the problem depends on your perception. The simpler and lighter you treat everything, the fewer difficulties you'll have in your life. There will only be some minor hiccups. You'll forget about them within a few minutes. You shouldn't dwell on problems for an extended period. They will consume you. The optimal time is a few minutes, no more. If you keep turning them over in your mind throughout the day, don't expect peace. They will destroy everything.